Yes, I'm starting anyway. I hope it should be yes. The recording is started, so let's start the class. So good morning, everybody. As you can see from the slide, that we'll be talking about our study of power transfer through a transmission system. I hope you all have that means instruction sheet along with you. Do you have that? Do you have the
Yes, sir.
instruction sheet? Yes.
Yes, sir.
If it is opened, I let me just do one thing. Let me share my whole screen. Then it would be better because then we'll be able to see the instruction sheet also. Let me do that first. Okay. Let me do that because I have selected only a tab. That's why it is not showing. Let me select the whole screen and then it would be better, I suppose. Just, just 1 minute. Okay. Yes, it is visible. The whole screen is, I think, suppose it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see what was we talking about. We are talking about our explain number study of power transfer through a transmission system. Okay. So this is the typical figure as you can see. So what is the plot and power? Who is this? Unki Gaming. Oh, I will not be allowing them. Okay, as you can see, this is the study of power transfer through a transmission system. Okay, so what is the objective? The objective is to plot the power angle diagram of a transmission system under steady state condition and to study the effective resistance of the line on the power transfer characteristics. We'll be seeing that one in the later half. Okay. Will not be allowing this person, whoever hell they are. Okay. So as you can see, to plot the power angle diagram of a transmission system under steady state condition and to study the effective resistance on the line on the power transfer characteristics. Okay. So this is a typical circuit diagram. Actually, we have that one in our this system also. So this is the objective actually. Okay. Study of power transfer through a transmission system, that is to plot the power angle diagram of a transmission system under steady state condition. Okay. This is the diagram actually. So we'll be seeing the circuit also in the videos. So what we have here, so we'll be having a single means we have a typical transmission system. On the left hand side we have one variac, on the right hand side we have another variac. The left hand side variac is our sending end and our taking the right hand side variac to be our receiving end. And how we are changing the phase angle between them, that is the delta value. The delta also known as our torque angle, also known as the power angle. Okay, so that delta value that we are changing, that is the power angle that we are changing it through the use of our phase shifters. Okay, means it is a quadrature voltage boost and it is actually phase shifting. By using this phase shifting transformer, we are changing the angle between the sending end and the receiving end, and we'll be doing two cases actually. As you can see that it is said that in run one, what we'll be doing, in there were two procedures. What number one or the first one is that we'll be making the sending end and the receiving end voltage constant. As you can see that ES and ER is kept constant, and we'll be varying the value of delta, and then we'll be plotting them as the as in means first we'll be tabulating the results as shown in the figure here. Okay. Okay, as shown in the table here, and then what we'll be doing, we'll be finding out the values of this var s and var r from the power cycle diagram. Okay, similarly we'll be doing in run 2, but there are certain changes in run 2. In run 2, the receiving end voltage, that is ER, would be kept constant. As you can see, it is kept constant, will be kept constant at 50 volts, and the phase angle delta, that is our delta, will also be kept fixed at 20 degrees. Okay, and what will be varying is we'll be varying our ES, that is from 30 volt to 100 volts, and again we'll be seeing the same results. We'll be tabulating the same results as you can see here, and we'll be finding out our var s and var r. Okay, how we'll be finding out this var s and var r? We'll be finding out it from our power cycle diagram. So we'll be seeing it later. And after the values that we have got, we will be, as you can see, how to prepare the report. That will be first is we'll be plotting the power angle curves, that is P versus delta, and the reactive power versus angle delta for run 1 for both ends, and we'll find out the maximum value of the power transfer. And similarly, we'll also be plotting the active and reactive power output at the two line against our changing sending end voltage for our run 2. Okay, this is the method, this is the total experimental lab that we'll be doing. Okay, now let us see what we'll be doing here. Okay, so first of all, what we will be using is we'll be using certain apparatuses. So here is the apparatus. As you can see, I forgot to write the range and rating and the maker's number, but I hope other things are given here. As you can see, we'll be using a variac, which will on the left hand side. We'll be using a phase angle shifter that will be actually shifting the delta value. Then we'll be using phase meter. We'll be using two digital panel meters. There will be one AC voltmeter, two AC watt meters, and a three-phase thermostat. Okay, this three-phase thermostat again will be on the right hand side of our it will be controlling the receiving end voltage. We'll be seeing that one. Okay, so now let's go into the procedure, how we are doing it. So for the procedure, actually what we have to do is that I have to run this particular slide from our Google Drive, otherwise the sound will not be coming. Okay, so I'm just stopping the recording for certain time. So not the recording, sorry, I'm stopping the presentation, and I'm selecting the tab view. And now in this tab view, we will be seeing the study of power transfer. Yes, study of power transfer. We'll be seeing that one through our drive. I hope it is visible. The drive is visible.
No, sir.
Should be coming now. Wow. Okay. Let me again share it. It is saying that certain error occurred while sharing the screen. Okay. Let me again share it.
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Okay. It is visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see the procedures what we're following. Okay. First of all, run 1. Okay. First of all,
And sir,
we are doing our
for
yes?
attendance, shall we
wait.
Okay.
Forget about attendance now. Let's go to this one first. Okay. So first of all, we were talking about our 54. Okay. So let us talk about let us see the video first.
This is the experiment setup for power transfer through a transmission system.
Yeah, I hope the sound is audible.
Yes, sir, I think but two mic is on. There is some echo.
Sir, if you put your mic off, then the echo won't be.
Okay. I am doing that only. Okay.
First, the sending end voltage is kept at 50 volt. The receiving end voltage is also kept at 50 volt. The angle delta is 0 degree. Okay, so the current is also 0. Now we will change the delta angle, and we will keep the sending end and receiving end voltage at 50 volts each. Okay, so
Top 20.
বেশি রিং নেব না, আপনি একদম মাঝামাঝি একটাতে চলে যান। So the delta angle is changed to 20 degree. The voltages are again fixed at 50 volt, and now the current value is showing in the ammeter 0.3. Okay, the delta angle is 20-degree lead. Okay.
I hope the first video is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go to the second video.
We will see the power at 20 degree. So this is for the sending end power. Sending end power. Okay. And next we will measure the receiving end power by using same wattmeter. Power at receiving end. Okay, next we will change the delta angle to 80 degree.
We are skipping here, okay, because what we are, as you can see, what we did actually, we are in the first run, we are measuring the sending end and the means we are keeping constant the sending end and the receiving end voltages at 50 volts each, okay, and we are changing the delta value from 20 degree in steps of 20 degrees, okay, so 20, 40 like that will be changing. So we have taken from up the first part, then we have gone for 80, then around we have found out our maximum power value, and the last one will be in the last video will be saying that we have found out the values of the means active power and the active power for the sending end and the receiving end for our delta value of around 160, 170 degrees, okay. In the report we'll be seeing that how the values we have generated. Understood?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let's get back to the
Yes. Sending end voltage type. Again, the voltages are fixed at 50 volt. This is the current rating and power. This is 21 watt for sending end. Okay, next for receiving end.
I hope it is clear. Any questions till now? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so let's get let's go to the another slide. So now what we're doing is that we're finding out the maximum power. Okay, so whenever you will be doing it in the lab, what we'll be doing is that first of all we'll be finding all the values, and then after that we'll find out the maximum power, because you know the P delta curve, it will be means it will be increasing and then it will be decreasing, correct? So we'll be seeing that one. We'll be seeing in the report generation. Okay, let us see. It's 156. Okay, 56 is this one.
Now we will see the maximum power at the receiving end.
থার্টি বাড়ান, থার্টি বাড়ান, লাস্ট ওই পর্যন্ত থাক। ঠিক আছে।
Okay, so it is coming at 86 degree. Okay, this is maximum power. We are trying to find out the maximum power for sending end.
বাড়ান, 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 কমছে।
কমে যাচ্ছে।
তাহলে আপনি বাড়ান, কমার দিকে যান, কমার দিকে যান, কমার দিকে যান, কমান।
Okay, like this way we'll be changing it. Okay, I'll be just going back to the first video again, because in the first video I want to just show you one thing. Okay, as you can see, this is the transmission line that we're measuring here. Okay, this is the transmission line. I hope everybody can see it. The cursor is moving. I can see the cursor moving, no? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so actually, not that one actually, this, yes. So here we are, so in this line actually, not in that one, we'll be using that for our 4th year classes actually. So in this part, we'll be measuring our transmission line. Now you would be, so you may be asking that, sir, where is the line reactance actually? Okay, so yes, this portion here, this is the line reactance. Okay, this is the line reactance. Okay, of which we are studying actually. So this is the line reactance. We forgot to say that in the video, so I'm just stating here. This is the line reactance. This is the phase shifter. This is the one variac, and the other variac we saw that we, in our here is the other variac. Okay, see, this is the other variac. Okay, sending end, and that is the demostat that we had. This is the demostat for the receiving end. Okay, and that is our phase shifter. By changing that phase shifter, actually we'll be changing the value of this delta. Okay, and yes, I think and this is the wattmeter. You can understand, this is the wattmeter. Okay, yes, and this is the phase shifting transformer that we're using. We are using this phase shifting transformer to change the value of our that delta angle. Okay, and this is the line reactance that we are using. Okay, this is the line reactance. The inductive value is around 17.5 millihenry. Okay, the inductive value, there is L is around 17.5 millihenry, and the transmission line that we are simulating here, please remember that this is a short transmission line that we are simulating. Okay, we are simulating a short transmission line. Yes, any questions till now? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so let's go to our run 2. As you know that in run 2, what we will be doing, we will be keeping the receiving end voltage constant at 50 volts. We will be keeping the delta value fixed at 20 degrees, and we'll be varying our sending end voltage in steps of 10 volts from 30 to our 100 volts. Okay, so let us see our run 2.
Okay, in the next run, the delta angle is fixed at 20 degree lead. The receiving end voltage is fixed at 50 volt, and we will change the sending end voltage by using this variac from 30 volt to 100 volt. And we will measure the sending end and receiving end power by using this wattmeter. Achha. So for 30 volt, this is current and wattmeter reading for sending end. And next change karo. this is the wattmeter reading for receiving end. Now we will change the voltage at sending end. You মাঝখানে নিয়ে যান 50 volt করুন। to 50 volt, delta 20. Delta 50. Okay. Sending in power. Okay. And change for receiving in power. Okay. Okay, next reading is taken at 80 volt. এটা কমে গেছে। Sending in power and receiving in power. Okay. Next reading is taken at 100 volt. Sending in power, receiving in power.
Okay, I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let us see that what are the results we have seen and how we are actually be performing and what we can infer from this particular experiment. Okay, I'm stopping this presentation. I'm changing the presentation to our entire screen. Yes, the whole screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
now let's talk about the results. Okay, so what we did in run 1. So as you can see in run 1, what we did is that we changed the value of this angle. Okay, and for each case what we did, we found out the sending end voltage, the sending end power. Okay, and we also find out for the receiving end also we found out the sending end voltage means the receiving end voltage and the receiving end power. Okay, but see the values of var s and var r are actually given. How they are found out? They are found out from the power cycle diagram. Okay, and we'll be drawing the power cycle diagram, and from this power cycle diagram actually we'll be finding out these values. Okay, now let us see that how can we write or find out the power cycle diagram. The method that I'm following here is the analytical method. You will be I think madam should be teaching using our first the graphical method or the geometric method and then the analytical method. Okay, let us talk about we'll finding out the equations or the power cycle diagrams for our receiving end and sending end for our using our analytical method. Okay, now let us talk about our receiving end first. Okay, receiving end power circle diagram. Okay, how we are doing it. So what we know, Vs equal to how much? It is A VR plus B into IR, correct? We know that from the ABCD parameters of our transmission line. So what we can write IR is equal to how much? We can write IR equal to Vs by B minus A by B into VR. Okay. Now, as you know that these are the vector values, so actual values is what? Vs angle delta. B is how much? B is B angle delta. Okay. What is A? A is A angle alpha and B is actually B angle beta. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what we can write this way. So what we can do now is that we can write Vs by B angle delta minus beta, and here we can write A by B into VR angle alpha minus beta. Okay. So what we can write our IR conjugate as? IR conjugate would be Vs by B angle beta minus delta minus A VR by B angle beta minus alpha. Is it okay till now? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now what we'll be doing is that we know that our power, okay, is something like this, correct? Okay. Now
Yes,
why
sir.
we have written VR into IR conjugate? This is a very common question. Anybody? Why we are writing our, what is SR?
To know the power angle.
What is SR?
Sir, complex power.
Complex power.
Yes, complex power equal to VR into IR. Why we are taking IR conjugate then?
So when you take IR conjugate, then we'll get the actual power angle.
It's not the actual power angle, rather yes, that is the convention is, please remember that we take that the inductive power to be positive. Okay, that's why we take PR plus SQR, means sorry, PR plus JQ into QR, means we are taking the inductive power to be positive. Okay, that is our convention. So what we can write here then, so this SR can be written as complex power can be written as PR plus JQR, and let me write it here itself. Oh, sorry. Yes. So what we can write here? So we can write Vs into VR by B angle beta minus delta minus A VR square by B angle beta minus alpha. So if we expand them into their real and imaginary terms and we separate them, then what will we getting? We'll be getting Vs VR by B cos of beta minus delta minus A VR square by B cos of beta minus alpha and plus J Vs VR by B sine of beta minus delta minus A VR square by B sine of beta minus alpha. We can write this. So we can separate them as PR equal to how much? PR equal to Vs, means the real and imaginary terms can be separated. So this is the real term that we are getting. Okay. And QR would be equal to how much? Correct? Can we write it or not? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can we find out the power cycle diagram from this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what would be the power cycle diagram? It would be something like this. PR plus AVR square by B cos of beta minus this whole square plus QR plus AVR square by B sine of beta minus alpha whole square is equal to Vs VR by B whole square. See, from this, can we not write this expression? Yes. So this
Yes, sir.
expression is nothing but the power circle diagram. Okay, this is the power circle equation actually. Okay, at the receiving end of the transmission line. Okay, at the receiving end of the transmission line. So what is the center? So let me write down the center. The center. What is the center? The center is, see, it is minus if VR square by B cos of beta minus alpha. Correct? Okay. And this is for our, this can be written as PR minus PR0 whole square plus QR minus QR0 whole square equal to the radius whole square. Correct? So this is our PR0 and also the QR0, that also can be written as VR square by B sine of beta minus alpha. Please remember this would be in watts and this would be in watts. Okay. And what about our radius? So radius would be Vs VR by B. This is in volt amperes. Understood? Okay. Now what about our receiving end? Means we found out the receiving end. Now what about our sending end? Let us find out the sending end power circle diagram. So we are finding out the sending end power circle diagram. Okay. So we know that VR IR would be how much? This can be written as how much? Actually as dA minus B minus C into Vs into Is. Correct? So if that is the case, then from there we can write VR equal to how much? VR equal to dVs minus B into Is, and Is, as we know from this expression, can be written as dVs by B minus VR by B. Okay. And what we, if we take Vs as the reference, so if we take Vs as a reference, so Vs angle 0 degree, then what would be VR? VR would be VR angle minus delta. Okay. And what we write D as, D can be written as D angle delta. Okay. So how can we can write then Is? Actually we can write Is as dVs by B angle delta minus beta, and here we can write VR by B angle beta minus of angle beta plus delta. We can write it. So what will be doing to make the complex power, means to make the inductive power to be positive, we will taking the conjugate of this. So this would be beta minus delta minus VR by B angle beta plus delta. Okay. So what will be finding out? We'll be finding out SS sending at power. It would be Vs into Is conjugate. So we'll be finding out our PR plus JQS. That would be how much? That would be dVs square by B angle beta minus delta and Vs VR by B angle beta plus delta. So again solving it, what will be getting? We will be getting our PS plus JQS is equal to dVs square by B cos of beta minus delta minus Vs VR by B cos of beta plus delta. Okay. And here we will be finding dVs square by B sine of beta minus delta minus Vs VR by B sine of beta plus delta. Understood? Again we'll be going in the same way. So if we are separating the real and imaginary terms, I'm not writing it. I hope you can understand. Separating the real and imaginary terms and again solving it. Okay. Oh, again the PowerPoint is creating problem. Let me save it till now. Okay. So what would be the equation for the sending end then? We can write it in this way. It would be PS minus dVs square by B cos of beta minus delta whole square plus QS minus dvs square by b sine of beta minus delta whole square equal to vs vr by b whole square. Okay, so here what is the center? So this is nothing but we can write ps minus ps0 whole square plus qs minus qs0 whole square equal to our radius. Again, this is the equation of a circle, correct, for the sending end. Understood? Where our center is how much? The centers are our dvs square by b cos of beta minus delta and dvs square by b sine of beta minus delta. Okay, and the radius is obviously would be again how much? It is vs vr by b, so volt amperes. And this would be here, the first part would be in watts center and the other part would be in watts. I hope it is clear. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let us see that what we're doing is that we'll be finding out the values of the transmission line. Okay, means how we are finding out. Write a new slide actually. Yes. Okay, so you may write it down that since we are considering a short transmission line, okay, so since we are taking a short transmission line, so the value of this, what were the values? Okay, for the short transmission line, what we have, A would be equal to D will be equal to 1 angle 0 degree, correct? B would be equal to our Z. And what is Z? We said L is how much? L is 17.5 millihenry. So Z would be equal to how much? It would be 54.98. So actually, therefore, B would be how much? 54.98 angle 90 degree. What will the value of C? What would be the value of C? Yes? Why you are all quiet? What will be the value of C? It would be 0 because we are considering a short transmission line. No, in short transmission line, the
Yes, sir.
shunt admittance parameters would be 0.
Yes,
You
sir.
studied that.
Yes,
Why
sir.
you forgetting? You will be giving grand viva in the month of December. Do not why these are very small things. Okay, so from this we can find out our centers for our run 1 and our run 2. Okay, for run 1 and run 2. So one thing is clear in run 1 that for the calculation of the receiving end circle, that is var r, okay, the centers would be fixed. Okay, it would be coming around 0.45.5 if you solve this and put the values of this AVR square, it would be something like this. Okay, whereas the radius would be coming out to be around 45.5. Similarly, for var s, that is for sending end, it would be 0.45.5. Okay, whereas for run 2, what we had delta equal to fixed 20 degree and VR is also fixed. Okay, VR is also fixed, but VS is varying from 30 to our 100 volts in steps of 10 volts. Okay, so what will happen? So the radius and the center, okay, for both means the radius would be changing, means radius and center would be changing for our sending end power cycle diagram. Okay, okay, and what about for receiving end? As you can see from the equation of the receiving end, that only the radius would be changing, but the center would be remaining constant. Okay, means what we can say that in run 2, for run 2, that since only radius would be changing, okay, radius is changing, means, and the center would be remaining fixed. Okay, for receiving and power cycle diagram. Since the radius is changing and the center would be remaining fixed, means what type of
Spiral.
circles will be getting? Will be getting concentric circles, correct? Okay, for receiving and power cycle diagram. Understood?
Run.
Yes. Any questions? Somebody was saying something.
So I was saying that only. We'll get concentric circle.
Yes, we'll be getting concentric circles. Okay, we'll be getting concentric circles. Understood till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let us see what we are getting. So I have written actually a MATLAB program regarding this. I hope this should run. Let us see the circle diagram. I hope it is running. The MATLAB, everything has become so old. But it should be running. Why it is not working? The MATLAB is showing.
Yes, sir.
It is
No, sir,
visible.
the MATLAB is showing, but the output window, we cannot see
No.
any output.
The output is not working actually. The MATLAB has become very slow. Actually, my laptop has become very slow. That's why it is not showing. It is running. Sometimes what happens, God knows. Okay, I have some pictures of this actually from some lab reports. Let me show some pictures. Let it run. I think suppose it will be running after some time because there's some issue with this MATLAB actually. Save the document first. Okay. I hope it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, this is the sending and power cycle diagram. Okay. Oh, everything has gone. Yes, it is showing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So as you can see, this is the sending and power cycle diagram that we'll be getting actually. So this is in the abscissa, as you can see, we have the watts, and in the ordinate we have our bars. Okay. And this is the sending and power cycle diagram. And when we getting the power cycle diagram and we have got the values of delta, so using that values of delta, we'll be finding out the VARs. Okay. আমরা এখান থেকে মেজার করব ডেল্টা ভ্যালুটা কোথায় হচ্ছে, সে ডেল্টা ভ্যালুটা করসপন্ডিং সেখানে আমার রিসিভিং এন্ড ভ্যালুটা আমরা বার করব. ওকে, not the receiving end, means the var value will be finding out with from the corresponding delta values. As you can see, সে corresponding delta ভ্যালুটা থেকে আমরা আমাদের var ভ্যালুটা আমরা বার করব, and that value we are getting here. Okay, similarly we will be doing for our receiving end also. So this is the picture of our receiving. I think it is clear. Yes, this is the receiving end. Okay, see here it is in the downward direction, and here is the center. Around 45.5 would be coming around here. Okay, around here 45.5. Okay, now it is coming. See, it is so slow. Let it come. Now this has hanged. Oof, I have to change my laptop. Okay, so this is the receiving end circle diagram. I hope that you can understand that how it is coming. Okay, and we'll be finding out the delta values. Means for the corresponding delta values, we can find out the var r actually, means the receiving end var values. Okay, and that will be getting from here. Here we have got the receiving end var values here. Understood? See, now let us see the results properly. What we are getting. So at around we are seeing, see, at around 44.8, it is coming, the maximum power transfer is occurring for our sending end, 44.8. Okay, the maximum power transfer is occurring, and the angle is near about, as you can see, the angle is near about our angle is near about 90 degrees. Now that should be the case, no? I've clicked it so many times, now see so many figures are coming. Here, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is you can see it? Yes. This is the
Yes, sir.
sending end power circle diagram. And let me show the figure 2. This is the receiving end power circle diagram. Okay, here is the watt, and here is the abscissa of var s actually. Okay, and this is the values that we are getting, and what we can infer from here. So the angle that we should be getting, it should be increasing and then should be decreasing. Correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And as you can see that we the angle was set at 20 degrees lead, means the power transfer is occurring from which end to which end? Power transfer is occurring from which end to which end? It is occurring from sending end to the receiving end. Okay, it is occurring from sending end to our receiving end. Why? Because we know what? We know, we have studied the corresponding equation for our generator case also. No, we know that
The
the
active
power
power
trans-
is
yes, active
active
power
power
is
is-
being
flowing through the higher value of delta to lower value of delta.
okay, something like this we have studied, no? So the power angle curve, that is the P delta curve, should be coming around something like this, correct? And at delta equal to 90 degree, we should have got the maximum value. So what we are inferring from this particular expression and the result that we are getting, that if the sending end and receiving end voltage both are same, okay, still power transfer will take place in a transmission line. Because why? Because the power transfer will depending upon the value of delta. Okay, where delta is the angle between ES and ER. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is what we are happening here. Okay, so P and delta strongly coupled that we have studied is being proved here also. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and similarly for the run 2, what we'll be seeing, we'll be finding out the receiving end voltage. For the receiving end voltage, what we'll be getting? We'll be getting that for run 2 also we have, and okay, for the run 2 also I have the figure. Let me it should be okay here. Okay, so this is the sending end power circle diagram, and this is the receiving end power circle diagram. Understood? So in the sending end power circle diagram, the radius and the center is changing, and see, that's why we are getting this type of circles, whereas we are getting consecutive circles for our receiving end power circle diagram. Why? Because the center is fixed, but the radius is changing. Okay, understood? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And the previous case also, from the value of the delta, we will find out the corresponding var s, that is a sending end receiving means var value. Okay, and for we'll finding out the var r, that the receiving end var value, and the values that can be seen from here actually. So here is the values that we are getting. Okay. So as you can see that for the first few readings, the var s is coming out to be negative. But when the value when the sending end voltage is more or equal to the receiving end voltage, then the var S is coming out to be positive. So what we can infer from here? What we can infer from here? What we can infer, if you have seen the videos properly, for all the cases, again, the delta value is at leading value. That is, our ES is greater than our ER. Okay, that is, our ES is greater than our ER. Okay, ES is our greater than our ER. So in run 2, when we are saying that, so this is our sending end and this is our receiving end. Okay, so since active power is flowing from this side to from the sending end to the receiving end, but for the first few cases, when the voltage of the sending end is less than the receiving end, then the reactive power is actually flowing from this side to from the receiving end side to the our sending end side, and that's why the value is coming out to be negative. Understood what I've said, or shall I repeat?
Sir, please
No, sir,
repeat.
understood.
Yes, for those who have not understood, I'm repeating. See the values of here, -10, -5 var. Okay, why we are getting this? See the values of the corresponding sending end voltage. It is 30 and 40. But whenever the sending end voltage is equal to the receiving end voltage of 50 volts, then again the var is coming out to be positive. So what I'm trying to say, that for the first two readings here, or the first few readings for in run 2, for which our sending end voltage was less than the receiving end voltage, active power was flowing from the sending end to the receiving end, but the reactive power is flowing from the receiving end to the sending end. So what we can infer from here, that the reactive power is strongly coupled with the voltage. That is again proved from this our run 2. Understood?
Okay. Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, so that is what we are getting or inferring from this portion. Again, what we have taken the value of R to be much negligible. Means we have taken that RR is less than, very much less than XR. Why? I have said this in the class also. Why we have taken this assumption? In our class of power system performance, I have said this also. Why it is so? Because if you recollect that what type of transmission line we are using in our real life, we are using
Power transmission.
high voltage transmission, correct? So high voltage transmission means what? That the distance between the conductors should be more, and we know that L equal to how much? L equal to 2 into 10 to the power 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 ln d by r prime, correct? Where d is the distance between the conductors. So if since we are using high voltage, obviously to reduce the volume of the conductor material. So if you are using high voltage, then what is happening? The distance between the conductors is increasing. The distance means if D is going up, then obviously the inductance value is going up, means the X or the inductive reactance value will be going up, and it would be much higher than the value of our resistance. So the value of resistance can be considered to be negligible in case of our transmission line, and that's why the equation will be only P equal to ES into ER by X into sine delta, and not ES in ER by Z into sine delta. Understood? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where this X is the transmission line reactance. Now, if see from this equation, what we can infer? So, okay, if so means if the sending end and receiving end voltage are the same, still power transfer can occur between a transmission line, because that value will be depending upon the value of delta, which is can be so how much maximum power can be sent up to around delta equal to 90 degree. Okay, because this limit is the steady state stability limit up to which the power can be transferred. Correct? We have studied this one also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the steady state stability limit. This is the P max that we are talking about. Okay. This is the steady state stability limit. And what we can infer again. So if we are to increase the power, means we have a same transmission line. I might have same transmission line. We have to increase the power flow to the through the transmission line. Okay. We have to increase the power flow to the transmission line without changing the value of delta, without changing the value of this sending end and the receiving end voltage. Then what we will be doing? Then we have to decrease the value of the reactance. Correct? Extra
Yes,
decrease
sir.
করলে
Yes,
তারপর পাওয়ারটা ইনক্রিজ করবে। সো এক্সট্রা যদি ডিক্রিজ করি সে ফ্যাক্টরটাকে কি বলা হয়? পাওয়ার সিস্টেম পারফরম্যান্স অন্য পার্টে তোমরা পড়েছো। ইট ইজ নোন অ্যাজ আওয়ার কি করি আমরা একটা we apply a series capacitor. We apply a series capacitor to the circuit. So if we apply a series capacitor to the circuit, what will happen to this transmission line? Then what will happen? The effective reactance would be decreasing, correct? So if it's decreasing means what? P would be increasing. So this is known as our series compensation. Okay, this is known as our series compensation. মানে একটা ট্রান্সমিশন লাইনেই কিন্তু আমরা more amount of power পাঠাতে পারি through our series compensation, যেটা আমরা through the use of FACS device করে থাকি. Which FACS device we use our, for this purpose we use our thyristor controlled series capacitor, also known as our TCSC. Okay, thyristor controlled series capacitor. What is FACS? ক্লাসে বলেছিলাম, what is FACS? Full form of FACS device, it is flexible AC transmission systems. Okay, this is flexible AC transmission systems. Okay, and TCSC full form ta ki bollam? Thyristor control series capacitor, means thyristor দিয়ে thyristor firing angle টা control করে series capacitor টা আমরা লাইনে add করছি, এবং thyristor by controlling the firing angle of the thyristor we can control the change in the value of this X, and we can actually control the how much power can actually flow through this transmission line. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so দেখো আমরা কিন্তু এখান থেকে অনেক কিছু এই সিম্পল এক্সপেরিয়েন্স থেকে কিন্তু অনেক কিছু আমরা ইনফার করতে পারলাম, যেটা আমরা কিন্তু আমাদের থিওরিতে পড়ে এসেছি। দ্যাট P and delta is strongly coupled, that can be found. Q and V is strongly coupled, that can be found. Another thing to add also, so তাহলে আমরা বলছি কি রিঅ্যাক্টিভ পাওয়ার এন্ড ভোল্টেজ আর স্ট্রংলি ডিপেন্ডেন্ট। তার জন্য কি হয়, তার জন্য আমরা যদি রিসিভিং এন্ড সাইডে, মানে সাপোজ রিসিভিং এন্ড সাইডে এখানে মানে ইট ইজ সামথিং লাইক দিস, that it is connected with a bus bar. Let me draw it in another figure. Okay, it may be such that we have this is the sending end and this is the receiving end, and the receiving end, the more loads are connected. Okay, more inductive loads are connected, so because of which what can happen, that the voltage here can in this bus can decrease. Okay, so to increase the voltage at this bus, what we do, we can apply shunt capacitors or switched capacitor banks. So what will happen when the voltage of is due to some inductive load, if the voltage at the receiving end decreases, then we can switch on this switched capacitor so that more amount of VAR can be added to the system, so that the voltage at the receiving end can again go back to its nominal value. Okay, সেটাকে আমরা সুইচড ক্যাপাসিটর ব্যাংক ছাড়াও আমরা ক্লাসেও পড়েছিলাম আরেকটা মেথড ইউজ করা যায়। কি করা যায়? we are using which type of motor?
Sir, synchronous motor,
also known as our condenser. Okay, synchronizing condenser, also known as our synchronous phase modifiers. Okay, this is what we can infer. Similarly, we can use our shunt inductances also. কি করে shunt inductances? যদি এখানে ভ্যালুটা সাপোজ লাইটলি লোডেড কন্ডিশন আছে, লাইটলি লোডেড কন্ডিশনে কি হবে, রিসিভিং এন্ডের ভোল্টেজটা it means VR might be greater than our VS. Okay, this is known as our what effect? What the sending end voltage? Correct, this is known as our Ferranti effect. So to decrease the effect of Ferranti, what we can do is that we can add a shunt inductor. Correct, so what will happen, the shunt inductor will be drawing the excessive VAR from the system, then the value of this VR would be more or less equal to our VS. Understood? So from this particular experiment, all these things can be actually inferred. I hope it is clear. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's just see the figures that will be if we have done the whole thing in our class actually. So what are the plots that we'll be getting? Let us see that one. Four figures should be coming, yes. Okay. So here is our run one actually. As you can see, this is the run one figure. Okay. I hope it is visible. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So run one, as you can see, active power versus angle. This is the red line is for the sending for the active power, and the blue one is for the reactive power. This is for our run one. Okay. this is the value that will be, this is the curve that we should be getting, correct? This is the reactive power versus angle. As you can see how the receiving end is power is increasing and the reactive power value is decreasing as we go on changing the value of delta from 0 to our 180. Okay, and what we have our figure 3 here. Figure 3, as you can see, it is the active power versus angle. Okay, so this is see it is changing. Okay, somebody is, please mute yourself. Okay, so this is our figure 3 that we can see. This would be the curve that we're getting for active power versus angle for run 2, where our sending end voltage is changing from 30 to 100. Okay, and this is the figure of sending and the receiving and reactive power. Will we are finding out the reactive power. Okay, so for C, the sending and reactive power, it is decreasing and then it is increasing. Okay, when the voltage or the sending end voltage is more than our receiving end voltage. Understood? Any questions till now?
No, sir.
Okay, so thank you everybody. With this, we finish our today's lab. Let me stop the presentation and let me stop the recording also, and I would be taking the attendance now.